Have you ever stared at the numbers in your bank account and wondered what they really are? Just digits on a screen, right? We trade our time, our skills, our very lives for these numbers, trusting that they hold value. But what if one day they didn't? What happens when the money stops working? When the entire global financial system, this colossal engine built on nothing more than collective belief, just freezes? This isn't just a dystopian fantasy. It's a profound question about what we truly value. Let's explore a world after money, a future where humanity is forced to redefine wealth, value, and the very essence of survival. Imagine waking up one morning. You go to buy your morning coffee, but your card is declined. Not just yours. Everyone's ATMs are dark. Banking apps are frozen. The news is a chaotic swirl of panicked anchors and confusing graphics. It's not a hack, not a glitch that can be patched. The trust, the fundamental faith that underpins every dollar, euro, and yen has evaporated. A cascade of defaults, hyperinflation, or a solar flare wiping out digital infrastructure, the trigger doesn't matter. The result is the same. The numbers on the screen have lost their meaning. The world's wealth, an incomprehensible sum of quadrillions, has vanished overnight. Chaos erupts. Supermarket shelves are stripped bare in hours. The stock market is a graveyard of dead symbols. The world as we know it has ended. This is the fall of trust. But collapse isn't the end, it's the mirror showing what we've ignored. For centuries, we've outsourced our trust to institutions, banks, governments, corporations. We believed in the paper they printed and the digital promises they made. When that trust shatters, society fractures. Suddenly, your life savings are worthless. Your pension fund is a ghost. The social contract is torn to shreds. People who were once millionaires are now just as desperate as everyone else. The initial phase is pure survival. What can you physically hold? What can you offer that someone else needs right now? The veneer of civilization is stripped away, revealing the raw, primal mechanics of human interaction. It's a terrifying thought, but it's also the start of something entirely new. Because when the old system dies, we are forced to ask, what is truly valuable? In the immediate aftermath, value snaps back to the tangible, the real. A bag of rice becomes more precious than a bar of gold. A working generator is a king's ransom. Clean water is the new currency. People with practical skills, doctors, mechanics, farmers, engineers, are the new elite. A carpenter who can board up a window or a gardener who can grow tomatoes suddenly possesses immense wealth. The abstract value of stocks and bonds is replaced by the concrete value of a warm blanket, a can of beans, or a box of antibiotics. We would see a great rebalancing. The programmer who earned 6 figures might find their coding skills useless without a functioning internet, while the plumber they once looked down on is now a vital community asset, capable of providing sanitation and comfort. This is the return to real value, a brutal but honest recalibration of what it means to be rich. But humanity is resilient and endlessly creative. We wouldn't stay in a pure barter system for long. Bartering is inefficient. How many loaves of bread is a tooth extraction worth? To solve this, communities would begin to create their own systems of exchange. Welcome to the rise of local and digital alternatives. In one town, a council might issue community credits, paper scripts backed by a collective pool of goods and services. Let's say 1 credit equals 1 hour of labor, regardless of the task. It's a system built on local trust, face-to-face accountability. You trust the script because you know the baker, the farmer, and the doctor who will honor it. Simultaneously, in pockets where technology survives, a different kind of currency would emerge. Not the cryptocurrencies we know today, which are still largely speculative assets tied to the old financial world. No, these would be new digital tokens designed for utility. Imagine a decentralized mesh network, independent of the old internet, where communities can create their own digital ledgers. A water coin could be backed by a town's purified water reserves. An energy token could represent a kilowatt-hour of solar power generated by a neighborhood microgrid. These aren't get-rich-quick schemes. They are tools for managing real, scarce resources in a transparent and community-focused way. The value is direct and verifiable. You're not trading abstract promises. You're trading access to essential goods and services. This brings us to the most critical element, the human factor. A world without money wouldn't necessarily be a utopia or a dystopia. It would be intensely human. The true currency in this new world would be reputation. Are you reliable? Are you generous? Are you a problem solver or a freeloader? In a small, interconnected community, your social standing, your reputation score, would be your most valuable asset. This could be managed through shared digital platforms or simply through the age-old technology of gossip and social networks. Your ability to get a loan of seeds for your garden or help fixing your roof would depend on the trust you've built with your neighbors. This system could foster incredible cooperation and community spirit. People would be valued not for their bank balance, but for their character and contributions. Of course, there's a dark side. A reputation-based economy could lead to oppressive social conformity. What happens to the outcasts, the nonconformists? It could create new, rigid social hierarchies. A bad rating could mean social and economic death. Furthermore, the conflict between different communities with different value systems could be intense. A town running on labor credits might view a neighboring town using energy tokens with suspicion and hostility. The currency wars of the future might not be fought by central banks, but by walled-off communities vying for resources and influence. The struggle for power doesn't disappear just because money does. It simply changes its form. So what have we learned from this journey to the end of money? We've seen that money is, and always has been, a story we tell ourselves. It's a technology for coordinating human activity on a mass scale, built on a foundation of trust. When that story ends, we don't just descend into barbarism. We start telling new stories. We create new systems of value, some ancient, some futuristic. We rediscover the importance of tangible goods, practical skills, and the strength of our local communities. We learn that the ultimate source of value isn't a piece of paper or a number on a screen. It's us. It's our ability to trust each other, to cooperate, to innovate, and to care for one another. The end of money isn't just an apocalypse. It's a blank slate. It's a chance to rebuild the world based on what truly matters. It forces us to look each other in the eye and ask the most fundamental economic question of all. What are you worth to me, and what am I worth to you? The answer might surprise us. What do you think a world without money would look like? Which skill would matter most? Share your thoughts below. I'd love to hear your vision. If you enjoyed this episode of Financial Sci-Fi, subscribe, and hit that bell for more explorations into the future of money and meaning. Until next time, stay curious.